Manchester City have one foot in the Carabao Cup final. They just beat Newcastle 2-0 in the Carabao Cup first leg semi-final. And I mean, I don't think it's going to be a really easy task for Newcastle to get back in when they go to the Etihad. They're going to have to overturn a 2-goal lead. So I'm not sure how that's going to happen. The first half wasn't very good. But in the second half, you can see that City wanted it more. And oh my goodness, Antoine Semenyo, that guy is looking like a good signing already. 3 goals in his first 2 matches for City. And Rayan Cherki put the nail on the coffin when he scored in the 98th minutes. But Man City now, it's looking good again. They've won 2 games on the bounce. And now they play Man United next. So this could still be a good sign for them in terms of how they go about the different competitions they still have in this season. They still could win a quadruple, but I don't think that's going to happen. But let's just talk about how everything went. I think in this game, you could tell in the first half, like I said, it was not necessarily the best football. Like, it didn't look like they just didn't look that good. And I was thinking to myself, like, this is a team that's going to play Man United on Saturday. And really, that's going to be a tough game because City have drawn 3 of their last 3 games, or their last 3 games in the Premier League, and Man United just have a new manager in Michael Carrick. So, yes, interim coach, but there's a new manager bounce and there's a feel-good factor probably going to be at Old Trafford on Saturday. So, I think Man City really they've needed to get good results because the next game is going to be more difficult than it would have been on paper like 2 weeks ago. So, the way they started this game was not very fantastic, but in the second half, it looked like they just wanted him more. They came and they pushed for it. And Semenyo, my goodness, like, he could have even scored 2 today, but, one of them was choked off. I'll talk about that. But that first goal, you look at it and it's like, yeah, he's settling like a fish to water. Like, he just came in, 2 games, 3 goals. And yes, Exeter is not one of the best teams. Scoring 2 goals against them is not the biggest of deals. But, I mean, in a world where the football fans today are always thinking about how many matches is it going to take you to get a goal or an assist, there's no time for you to even think about it. Semenyo has got into Man City and he's firing already. 3 goals, like I said. And it was a really good game for him today. He could have scored a second, so that would have been 4 goals in 2 games for Man City. Literally, like, he's played less than 180 minutes and he already has 3 goals. That is very impressive. So, I mean, I think it's a good signing for City. I had my doubts about it, but clearly he looks like he settled in quickly and could be a big problem for the opposition teams now. That second goal, the VAR check, now I'm just going to talk about it. I think that was a very, very, very weird decision. I think when you look at it, it almost looked like they were looking for something to use. And I think recently in the Premier League and other English competitions, I think they've overused VAR. It's almost like they're looking for a reason to use VAR and looking for reasons to take goals out or make a decision. And I think sometimes it's really not that complicated. Now, I don't know what the answer is because I believe that they were looking at Haaland and trying to say that he was blocking Thiago from making a block. But, bro, there was no way he was going to make a block. Like, they were both holding each other. And, yeah, he was just offside. So, if he wasn't offside, that would have been a goal. So, that means it was not even a foul. So, I think it was a very weird decision. And if I'm City, I'll be very sad, especially if I'm Semenyo, because that would have been the second goal of the game, his 4th goal in City colours in 2 matches. So, objectively, I think it was a weird decision, but at that point, I was thinking to myself, like, what if Newcastle actually equalized in this game? Wouldn't it be a big dagger for Man City in this game? But at the end of the game, another signing from Man City this season, but this was earlier in the summer. He came on, Rayan Cherki. He has been fantastic for them, and like ever since he came back from his injury, you could see that this is a maverick. He's a player that could just change a game in a few seconds. So getting that goal was really good for him, and it was a smart finish, very composed finish as well. Good run from Mike Nuri, good build-up play from City in general. That was a good way to just end the game, and now they know that they just need to maybe even draw, just not lose 2-0 basically at the Etihad, and I think that's quite maybe an easy task for them. But now look at it, like this is Newcastle. They're currently the holders of the Carabao Cup and they're basically out already. So that must suck for them. They had some really good chances that they missed. Voltemada, Wisa, altogether, like you have to say that this is not looking good in terms of defending this title because it looks like they're going to be out. I don't see them overturning a 2-goal lead against, or a 2-goal deficit against Manchester City at the Etihad. I just don't see that happening. But strange things happen in football. It's football for a reason. Like, strange things happen. Anything can happen. Anything could change. So I think altogether, good win for City. Poor results for Newcastle. But now, let's go back to City again, because this, like I said, is their second win on the bounce. They've been dropping points in the Premier League and letting Arsenal get a wider gap at the top of the league. So now that they're playing Man United, who have just signed Michael Carrick as their interim head coach, this is very important for City. Can they actually fully bounce back? Because another set of drop points, and if Arsenal win, I actually think that might be where the season ends for them, and the Premier League will just be for Arsenal, because that will be at least an 8-point gap, possibly a 9-point gap if Man United win that game. The Man United, I know I'm not expecting something to happen in this game. I don't think Man United are good enough to beat this City, even though City have their own frailties right now. A lot of injury problems as well for City. But I still look at it and I just think that City are the stronger team, but with the way they've been playing recently, which is not up to their standards, and with that new manager bounce, like I said, the feel-good factor, Michael Carrick, former player, he's been the coach for them for a really short period of time, and United are looking to bounce back now that they're out of all competitions except the Premier League, and they're not going to win the Premier League, for being real. They only have one thing to fight for, and that's getting as high of a position as they can in the Premier League, and objectively they're looking at top 4. So a win against Man City, especially at home, is going to be a really, really good result for them. And Michael Carrick will be looking for how to start his Premier League or his Man United tenure well. This is definitely one that he has to set the tone right. Yes, it will probably be excusable if he doesn't win, but I think he also has Arsenal next. So two losses on the bounce will not be a good start for Carrick. So I think this might be one of his best opportunities, because when they go to Arsenal, they go into the Emirates as well. So I think this has to be a big game for both teams, and I don't know who's going to win this one. I will probably try and do a predictions video down the line just before the game, and let you guys know what I think about all the fixtures this week. But I think this is going to be a really good one, and it sets everything up the right way. New manager for Man United, Man City trying to get back into the league title, will be the title race. Yeah, let me put it that way. It should be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. If you got into this point, I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to share with a friend. Let me know what you think in general. Do you think City have what it takes to be United this weekend? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.